Hi guys, my name is Luke Pelletier from FixRunner.com, and in this video tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to create a blog using WordPress. Starting your own blog can be kinda scary, especially if you don't have any technical knowledge. But don't sweat it. We've helped thousands of people create blogs online, so we put together the most comprehensive, step-by-step guide into how to make a blog without having to learn how to code. That way you can just jump right in. I recommend following this tutorial step by step till the end because it'll cover everything you need to know to create and run a successful blog online. I'll show you how to do things like purchase domain names and hosting, how to create posts, pages, install plugins, add widgets, and so much more. This is a complete tutorial where I briefly talk you through the most crucial steps into creating a blog. And as long as you follow these steps, you should have a beautiful blog that looks something like this. This is the home page. This page has a nice header section, a menu, and beautiful images. Then we have the blog page. This is where all the posts are displayed. Then we have the contact page. We have a contact form here, and the visitors can contact us from here. And finally, we have the privacy policy page. 1 year of hosting will cost you around $60, and the domain name will cost around $16 per year. The WordPress theme we're going to use is free, so your payment for the complete website for 1 year will be around $76. But before we start, we post WordPress-related content regularly, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell to be the first to know when we upload. So, the very first step of creating a website is buying a domain and hosting. The domain is the name of your website, for example, www.yourwebsite.com, and the hosting is what puts your website on the internet. Right now, I'm on the FixRunner website. Here, we will first search for the domain we're looking for to see if it's available or not. I'll link this in the description below. Now, here, enter the name of the domain you want. So, I'll just type FixRunner.com. Then click on Search. And as you can see, we get a notification that this domain is available, and we can register it. So now let's move on to step 2, which is to buy hosting and domain. Click here to get hosting and domain. And you'll be redirected to SiteGround. SiteGround, in my opinion, is one of the best hosting providers out there. Our team at FixRunner is very experienced with all hosting providers, and we found WordPress websites are performing very well on SiteGround hosting. So we will be using SiteGround to buy our domain and hosting. And now scroll down a bit, and we see SiteGround offers 3 plans: the Startup, Grow Big, and Go Geek. For beginners, the Startup plan is more than enough. It offers 1 website, that is, you can use 1 domain with this plan. It gives 10 gigabytes of web space, 10,000 monthly visits, unmetered traffic, free SSL, and much more. The other plans offer more features, but for beginners, the Startup plan is sufficient. So click on Get Plan. And here we have to register a new domain. So here type in the name of the domain you want. Then click on Proceed. Now here, first you'll have to enter your account information, which you will then use to log in to SiteGround. Then the client information is your domestic information, like address, name, and phone number. Then finally we have the payment information. Enter your card details there. Then here you can review your purchase information. You can review the hosting services. And as you can see, the plan is a startup. If you want to change the plan, you can do so now. Then select the period you want to buy the plan for. Since I'm not going to use this domain much, I'll just choose 1 month. But I recommend you to choose a longer plan as they'll be cheaper as compared to the short-term plans. You can change the data center from here. Choose the server to be closer to where most of the customers are located. So if you're in the UK, you would choose Europe. But if most of your visitors are from the US, you're going to want to choose the US. This will improve the site speed for your visitors. Then finally scroll down and click here to confirm the terms and service. And you can enable this as well if you want to receive SiteGround news and special offers by email. Then click on Pay Now. Now, SiteGround will first verify your phone number. So you can choose how you want to verify your number. I'll choose the text message option. Then click on Next. Enter the code you received. And then click on Next. And now you have to verify your credit card. SiteGround will perform a small test authorization. So click on Next. And now you have to enter the authorization amount, which you can check for in your bank statement or contact your bank for it. After you've entered the authorization amount, click on Next. And now, as you can see, the account was created. Let's now move on to the customer area. This is the home page. Let's start by clicking here on the Setup site. Now here, select Start a new website and choose WordPress. Now you have to set up the login details, which you will use to access the back end of your site. Make sure to note down the email and password you create here. Here, again, SiteGround has an upsell where you can add the SG Site Scanner and Domain Privacy for extra charges. I'll just skip all that and click on Finish. I'll pause now and continue when the site is created. Now let's start managing the site by visiting the Site Tools. This is the SiteGround dashboard. On the left-hand side, click on WordPress. Then click on Install and Manage. Scroll down to Manage Installation. Here you can see the domain name we purchased. Click here on this icon under Actions. Click on Start Now. And here we have to select a theme for our website. But let's skip this for now, and let's log into the back end of our website. So this is our WordPress dashboard. And let's see how the website looks right now. Just click on Visit Site here. And this is our website right now. It has the default theme and no content. Before we start customizing the site, you can see here beside our domain, it says our connection is not secure. This is because we have not installed an SSL certificate on our site. To do that, let's go back to the SiteGround dashboard. Then click on Security. And then click on the SSL Manager. Then click here to select the SSL. Choose the Let's Encrypt Wildcard SSL. This is free with the startup plan. Then click on Get. And once the SSL is installed for our domain, now to finish up this process, we will install a plugin to make sure everything works correctly. So, back in your WordPress dashboard, go to Plugins, then click on Add New. In the search bar, type Really Simple SSL and press Enter. This is the plugin we will be using. It has a very good rating, and it's also compatible with our version of WordPress. So click on Install now to start the installation. Once the installation is complete, this button will change to Activate. Then click on it to activate the plugin as well. Now we're redirected to the Plugins page. This is where you can manage all the installed plugins on your site. Now, here you have this blue button that says Go ahead, activate SSL. Click on this button. You'll need to log in back to your dashboard after the SSL is activated. But before that, let's go to the website. And I'll just reload the site. And you can see it says the connection is now secure. So the SSL certificate was installed and activated successfully. Now let's log in back to our website's dashboard. This is where we will customize our website. From here, we can add posts, add pages, install plugins, etc. These icons are appearing because of some plugins installed on our site. So let's disable them first. Go to Plugins, then click on Installed Plugins. SiteGround automatically adds these 3 plugins, so I'll just select these 3 plugins, then click here on Bulk Action, and select Deactivate. Then click on Apply. And if you notice, once these plugins were deactivated, the plugin icons were also removed from our dashboard. Now let's start by installing a theme. But we will not use a simple theme. The theme I'm going to show you lets you import a whole website that you can further customize according to your need. So go to Appearance, then click on A Theme. Then click here on Add New. Now here you have a list of themes that you can install. But we will search for a particular theme called Astra. This is the theme. You can click here to preview this theme. As you can see, this theme has a very good rating. So now click on Install to start the installation. And then when the button changes to Activate, click on it to activate the theme. Now here you see it says that Astra comes with dozens of ready-to-use templates. So to get them, click here to get started. This will install the Started Templates plugin on your website. Wait for a few seconds while the plugin is installed and activated. Now you have to select a page builder. The easiest page builder to use is Elementor. So let's select that. Now here you can look through these templates and select the one which you like. There are free options and premium options as well. If you want to filter the search results, then click here. Since I want to create a blog, I'll select the blog option. And now the options we get are much more suited for a blog. So I'll select this template. You can preview the template. Here you can see this template comes with a home page, a blog page, and a Contact Us page. You can preview these pages as well. Now click on Import Complete Site. You have to fill in some information here, so I'll just do that. Then click on Next. Enter your name and email here. Or you can skip this process by clicking on Skip. And now your site is being imported. Wait for a few minutes while your site is being imported. Once it's done, click on View Site, and as you can see, a very beautiful and professional site has been imported. This makes the process of creating a website a lot easier. As of now, you have a great website with just a few clicks, and all the plugins required are automatically installed as well. And all you have to do now is customize this site as per your blog or business. So now I'll show you where you can customize your website. Back in your dashboard, You can see that the Elementor and WP Forms plugin icons are also on your dashboard, which were installed when we imported the site. Go to Appearance, then click on Customize. This is where we will customize the whole theme. You can see the changes in the preview on the right side here. Any changes here will be made on the global level. That is, any changes you make here will appear on your whole site. Also, these settings might be a little different for you. That's because this depends on the theme you're using. So now, let's go over each setting one by one. First is the global setting. Here you have 4 options: typography, color, container, and button. Let's start with typography. Here you have 2 options: base typography and headings. Click on base typography. And here you can change the base font. On the right side of your screen, you can see the preview of the font. Then you can change the size of the font from here. And the other settings like line height, paragraph margin, etc., that you can do on your own. Next, let's go back and click on Heading. Again, this is similar to the base typography. You can change the heading font from here. Change the line height from here. And then you can also configure every heading on your site from these options. So you can do these too. Now let's go back to the global settings and click on Colors. Here you can change the colors on your website. You can change the text color, theme color, link color, heading color, etc. So let's change the text color. Click here, and you can either choose from these options or drag this button and choose. Let me just scroll down on the site, and you can see the text color has changed. So you can choose the colors you want for your site from here. And if you want to reset it back to the default color that was there before, then just click on this reset button. Now let's go back and click on the container. A container is an area where we display the content. In general, the container encloses the whole page. You can choose the layout of your whole website from here. I recommend you keep this at default, as we don't need to change the layout of a ready-to-use template. And the last global setting we have is the buttons. So to configure the looks of the buttons, you can make changes here. You can change the text color from here, change the background color from here, then border width, border color, button front, padding, etc. These are pretty basic settings, and you can configure them on your own. Now, back to the Customize area. Next, we have the Header Builder setting. First, we have the site logo and title. Let's start with this. Here, you can add the logo of your business. Just click here. You can click here to upload the logo from your computer. You can see the recommended dimensions here. So I'll just upload the logo. If you have a logo for your business, you can add it here. Otherwise, you can create a logo very easily using Canva. And on the right, you can add the alt text, caption, and title for the image. You can see that the dimensions are not the recommended ones, so you can simply edit the image by clicking here. And just scale the image from here. I'll enter the recommended dimensions here. Then click on Scale. And the image is scaled to the new dimensions. Now click on Update. And now I'll just click on Change Logo again. And you can see the dimensions have changed. Now click on Select. And here you can crop the image. Then click here. And the logo is now changed. You can choose to have a different logo for Retina devices from here. You can change the logo width from here. Now, if you want to display a site title, then enable this. And enter your site title here. You can see in the preview window how the title would look. Then, next is the site tagline. This will appear as your website title as well. The last setting is the site icon or fave icon, which is this small icon that appears near your website title. Then go back. And next, we have the widget section. This theme does not have a widget section on the homepage, but I'll show you how you can add widgets to your blog posts later. Now let's configure the menu, which, as you can see, is displayed here. So to configure this menu, click here on Configure Menu. This is the primary menu. Click on the Edit menu. And you can see here the Home, Blog, and Contact menu items, which are also displayed in the menu. You can reorder the menu from here. And just use these arrows to reorder them. And you can click here to add new menu items. You can select from Pages, Posts, Custom Links, Categories, and Tags. Just click on this plus icon, and that menu item will be added. You can either click on Reorder or drag the menu item to rearrange them. To add a submenu, just drag the menu under the menu you want to add as a submenu of, like this. To further edit the menu item, just click on the menu item, and you can configure the menu item from here. This will also differ based on the particular menu item. And if you want to remove a menu item from the menu, then just click here on Remove. Now let's get back to the main theme customizer. The next setting we will look into is the breadcrumb. To show you what breadcrumb is, I'll just open a post. Then in the breadcrumb setting, you have the header option. You can click here to choose whether you want to display it or not, and if you want to display them, then where to display them on your site. So if I choose to display it before the title, then you can see this breadcrumb which displays the navigation of this post, which is from the home page, trending is the category this post is in, and then the name of the post. You can also choose to disable it on certain pages from here, and then choose the alignment from here. Now let's go back. And next is the blog setting, where you can configure how the blog posts will look. So I'll go into the single post setting and show you what changes you can make here. First is the content width, which is custom. So you can change the width either using this slider or just enter the width here. Then the structure of the post. You can click on this button to hide an element, like the featured image, which gets hidden when I click here. You can also configure the metadata, like categories, comments, etc. Now, the next setting is the sidebar. As I said earlier, this theme does not display a sidebar on the home page. So I'll show you how to add them to your blog posts. Just go to the blog posts option, click on this drop-down, and select where you want to display the sidebar. And as you can see, the sidebar was added. To edit the widgets, click on this pencil icon beside it. And here you can edit all the widgets like this. To add a new widget to your sidebar, click here on Add Widget. And you get many options like text, images, galleries, and more. Just click on the widget and it will be added to the sidebar. Every sidebar widget will have different settings to configure, but they will always have the option to add a title. Finally, click on Done. And the widget was added on the sidebar. If you want to remove any widget, then just expand the widget setting and click here on Delete to remove the widget. Now let's go back and let's look into the footer builder setting. I'll just go to the home page and this is the footer right now. It has the copyright widget and the primary menu widget. To add a new widget, click on the plus icon where you want to add it in the footer. Then choose the widget you want to add. I'll add the Socials widget. And it was added. You can remove a widget by just clicking on the cross beside it. Each widget will have different settings to configure. Like when I click on the Menu widget, it has different settings than the Copyright widget. You can change the alignment of this widget. Or change the layout of the widget. Now let's go back. And next is the performance setting. Here you can enable this if you want to load Google Fonts locally or not. Then we have the menu setting. Here you can create a new menu and choose the location where you want to display it. Right now we already have a menu, so I won't make a new one. Next, in the widget setting, as I said earlier, the homepage of this theme does not display a widget sidebar, so you don't see an option here. But there are different pages and posts that do display sidebars, and you can add them like we added one on the post earlier. Then, in the homepage settings, you can change the homepage of your site. This template has a dedicated homepage and a dedicated blog page. Some websites don't have a dedicated homepage, and they display their blog posts on their homepage. If you want to do that, then you can change this to the Your Latest Posts option. Then, finally, you have options to view your site on different devices from here, like tablets or smartphones. You can use this to see how your website will look on those particular devices. Then, finally, click on Publish to update your changes. And let's go back to the dashboard. Now I'll show you how to create a post. To do that, go to Post, then click on All Posts. This is where all the posts on your website are. You can edit them by clicking on Edit under the post. To create a new post, click here on Add New. To create a post, we will be using the Gutenberg WordPress editor. This is the default editor that comes with WordPress. It uses a block system which is very easy to use. First, give this post a title here. Then click here on this plus sign to add a block. Let's choose the heading block. Now I'll enter a heading for the post. You can change the heading style from here. And change the alignment of the heading from here. You can make the heading bold or italic like this. Now, in the next block, let's choose the paragraph block. I'll just paste some content in the post. Now you can edit these blocks separately like this. If you want to add a link to some text, then highlight the text you want to link. And click here on Link. Now just paste the URL of the destination site here. You can enable this to open the link in a new window. And then press Enter. As you can see, this text is highlighted now, which indicates that it is linked. You can also add media to your posts like images and videos. So I'll just add a new block and choose the image block from the media options. You can either upload an image or choose one from your media library. Add the image information here. Then click on Select. And the image was added to the post. Now on the right side, click on Post. Here we will configure this post. First is the status and visibility option. By default, the visibility is public, which means anyone can see this post. You can click here to make this post private or password protected. Then, next is the permalink. This is the structure of the post's URL. We will talk about this in detail further in the video, so skip this for now. Then we have categories. Categories are the most general method of grouping content on a WordPress site. These are the categories on the site right now. You can create a new category very easily. Click here to create a new category. Give the category a name. Then click on Add a new category, and the category was created. You can add a post in multiple categories. Next, we have tags. You can add tags to their WordPress posts along with categories. Tags are smaller in scope and focused on specific topics. Think of them as keywords used for topics discussed in a particular post. Now here you can add a featured image for this post. A featured image represents the contents, mood, or theme of a post. Click here to add it. I'll just upload it from my computer. Then click on Set Featured Image. Next is an excerpt. A WordPress excerpt is a summary of a longer article. If you add an excerpt to a post, then the excerpt will be displayed on the post's page as a replacement text. Then, in the discussion setting, you can enable or disable comments or pingbacks and trackbacks. Then click on Publish to publish this post. And you can view the post by clicking here. This is how the post looks. And when I go to the blog's page, the post is now displayed here because it is the latest one. The process of creating a page is similar to creating a post. So, back in your dashboard, let's go to Page, and click on All Pages. This is where all the pages on your website are. Click on Add New to create a new page. Give this page a title. You can use the Gutenberg editor to create a page, but I prefer using Elementor to create a page as it replaces the basic WordPress editor with a live front-end editor, so you can create complex layouts visually and design your website live without having to switch between the editor and the preview mode. So click here on Edit with Elementor. Now here you can preview the page. And on the left are all the elements that you can use to customize the page. Simply drag the element on the page like this. Then on the left side, you can configure that element. So I'll just change the heading. You can change the size of the heading. You can change the style of the heading from here, and change the alignment of the heading from here. In the Style option, you can change the text color, the typography, etc. You don't need to change the advanced setting. So now click here to go back to all the elements. You can also add images and videos to the page. So I'll just add the image element. Click here to select the image. I'll choose this one. You can change the image size from here. And change the alignment from here. Then, back to the elements. You can also add dividers between two widgets. You can change the style of the divider from here. And you can also add an element in the divider from here, like the text element. Change the text from here. And change the style of the text from here. Now in the Style setting, you can customize the divider from here. Change the color, weight, or gap from here. And you can customize the text element from here. Then, once you're done customizing the page, click here to publish it. Now the page is live, so let's view the page. Now, to change the home page of your site, go back to your dashboard, go to Settings, click on Reading. And here in the home page display settings, you can select the home page that you want to set. I'll select the page we just created. And click on Save. And now when I open the website, the home page is the one we just created. I'll just change the home page back to what it was before. You can also edit an existing page. Just go to that page. And here you see this taskbar. This is only visible to the administrator. And here you have this option called Edit this page with Elementor. Click on it. And now you can edit this page just like we did before. You can edit the elements just by clicking on them. So if I click here, then I can edit this heading element. And I can configure these buttons as well when I click on them. You can change the text from here. And add the link to the destination page here. So I'll just paste the link to a post here to show you. Let's use this post. I'll just copy the URL and paste the URL here. Now, when someone clicks on this button, they will be redirected to this post. Similarly, for this button, I'll add the URL of a video here. So I'll just go to YouTube to get the URL, and let's use this video. I'll just copy the URL and paste it here. You can edit all these elements just by clicking on them. Say I want to change this image as well. Then I'll just click on this image. And now I have the option to configure this element. I can change the image by clicking here. Then, finally, click here on Update to update these changes. And now, when I open this page, all the changes that we made are now updated here. So, when I click on this button, I'm redirected to the post we linked. And when I click on this button, then the video we linked is displayed. Having a Contact Us page is very important for a website, as that provides a way for the user to get in touch with the admins of the website. If you remember, this template comes with a Contact Us page as well. So on the website, here you can see the contact page is displayed in the menu, and when I click on it, you can see how the contact page looks. This contact form is made using a plugin called WP Forms. So when I click here to edit the page, you can see that instead of the form, a shortcode is displayed. This is because the form was made with WP Forms, and this shortcode is used to display the form on the site. A plugin is a piece of software containing a group of functions that can be added to a WordPress website. They can extend functionality or add new features to your WordPress websites. So when I go back to the dashboard, go to Plugins, and click on Installed Plugins, you can see the WP Forms plugin is installed here. This was installed when we imported the site. Here you can see the WP Forms icon on the dashboard. Go to the icon and click on All Forms. And here you will see all the forms. And the shortcode here was displayed on the contact page. I'll show you how to create a form using this plugin. Click here on Add New. Give this form a name. And you can choose from these templates. I'll choose the contact form. And a form is made with all the necessary information needed for the form. You can rearrange the form by just dragging them like this. And you can click on a field to edit that field. You can change the label and the format, and when you enable this field, then this field becomes mandatory for the form to submit. So you can edit these fields, and if you want to add new fields, then click here on Add Field. And you can select from these options. Simply click on the field you want to add, rearrange it, and then configure the field. And if you want to remove a field, then click here on this trash icon. Once the form is made, click on Save. And now let's exit back to the dashboard. And here you can see that the form we created is now added here. Just copy this shortcode. Go to the page you want to display this form in. For me, it's this page. And when I click here, I get an option to enter HTML code. Just paste the shortcode here. Now let's go back and visit the site. And on the contact page, as you can see, the form is changed to the one we just created. So now that we've added posts to our website, edited the pages, and created a Contact Us page, the next step is to install an SEO plugin. For this, we will use the Yoast SEO plugin. Back in the dashboard, go to Plugins, then click on Add New. In the search bar, type Yoast SEO and press Enter. This is the plugin. As you can see, it has a very good rating and it is also compatible with our version of WordPress. So, click on Install Now to start the installation. Once the installation is complete, this button changes to Activate. Click on it to activate the plugin. Then you'll be redirected to the Plugins page. Now go to All Posts and click on Edit a Post. Now, when you scroll down, you'll see this section which was not here before. Here you can configure the SEO of this post. This is what the post will look like through Google. You can enter related key phrases of the post here. Then scroll down and click on SEO Analysis. Here you get some recommendations from the plugin on how you can improve the SEO of this post. And here you can see all the things that are good about this post. You can edit the SEO title like this. And change the meta description from here. The slug is the URL of this post. You can change this as well. This can also be done using the permalink setting. So I'll just expand the permalink setting, and any changes I make here will also reflect in the permalink. Then go to Social. You can modify how this post will look on various social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. Then click on Update. And you'd always want the SEO analysis to be good for a post to have a good result. Now go to the SEO icon, then click on General. This is the dashboard. Click here on Features. The Yoast SEO plugin comes with a lot of features. You can enable and disable them from here. Then, next is Integration. The plugin also integrates with third-party products, which you can enable or disable from here. And then in the Webmaster Tools, you can use the boxes below to verify with the different Webmaster tools. This feature will add a verification meta tag on your homepage. Just click on the links below the respected search engines and follow the instructions. Now that the SEO is done, the next step is to add a privacy policy page. A privacy policy page is a document required by law that discloses the information you collect about visitors on your website. It's recommended to add a privacy policy page to your website whether you're a blogger, freelancer, or a business owner. It's very easy to create a privacy policy page. Go to Settings, then click on Privacy. Now here you can choose the page you want to set as a privacy policy page. As you can see, a privacy policy page was also added to the website. But what we will do is create a new privacy policy page. So to do so, click here on Create. And you can see all the information which is automatically added. You can go through this page and make edits wherever needed as per your site. You can add more information or edit the one which is already provided. Then click on Publish. After you've created a privacy policy page, you need to display it somewhere on your site. It can be your website's sidebar, footer, or menu. So I'll display it on the menu. In your dashboard, go to Appearance, then click on Customize. Click on Footer Builder, then click on the Footer menu. Then click here to configure the menu. Go to the Footer menu. As you can see, the footer menu and primary menu are set to the primary menu. So any changes made to this menu will appear on both the main menu and the footer menu. So click on Edit menu, click on Add Item, and select the Privacy Policy page here. Now, as you can see in the preview, the Privacy Policy page was added to the menu. Then click on Publish to update the changes. Now, when I go to the site and reload the page, the Privacy Policy page is now added to the footer menu. The next step is to set up permalinks. Permalinks are the permanent URLs of your blog posts, pages, and other archive pages on your WordPress site. You cannot change permalinks often, so you need to change this only once when you're making your website. In your dashboard, go to Settings, then click on Permalinks. The structure of the permalink right now is post name. So when I open the blog page, you can see the URL structure is the domain name, which is followed by the name of the page. And when I open a post, you can see the URL structure here is the domain name followed by the name of the post. Now, most of the time, this structure is good enough, but if you want to, you can also add the day and name in the URL structure. So when I select that, and click on Save Changes, now I'll open the same post again, and you can see the URL structure now contains the day and the name of the post. So the URL structure is now changed, but you shouldn't change the URL structure often and only set this once. Now almost all the steps in making a website are done. The last thing that needs to be done is to add GDPR compliance or cookie consent on your site. To do this, we will use a plugin. So in your dashboard, go to Plugins, then click on Add New. In the search bar, type cookies and press Enter. This is the plugin. Click on Install Now to start the installation. Once the installation is complete, this button will change to Activate. Then click on it to activate the plugin. Now we're redirected to the Plugins page. Click on Settings under the plugin. In the General Settings, make sure the cookie bar is enabled. Select the GDPR law, and here you can choose to auto-hide the bar after a delay or if the user scrolls down. Then you can customize the cookie bar from here. You can add a message heading here, change the message, bar color, and the text color, etc. So you can do this on your own. Next is the Customize Button option. You can customize the button text, color, etc. And you can ignore the advanced options. The plugin also has a helpful guide for you if you have any problems. Now, copy your website's URL and open it in a private tab. And as you can see, the cookies bar appears here. If you're not seeing this bar, then you might want to delete your website's cache, and then this bar will be displayed. I'll recommend you to reactivate the SiteGround Optimizer caching plugin after your site has been created and is live. And that's it. These are all the steps required to create a professional blog. If you face any problems or have any questions, then please ask them in the comment section below, and I'll try to help you with it. And if you like this video, please click on the like button. If you're new to our channel, hit the subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our future videos. Thanks for watching. We'll see you with the next one.